woman what she should be doing. The government should be, but the husband should have a say in it. You know, the thing that bothers me most is everyone says, you know, no one should ever tell a woman what she should do. Well, yeah, if you're married and you create a child with your wife, you really should be able to have a say in what happens to that child. You know, just because you're not a good father or a good husband doesn't mean you won't be a great father.
Morally, I agree with you. Morally, it would be nice if he could at least say what he wants to say to her and see if it might change anything. Legally, it's still going to end up being her call, but I do understand what you're saying. I mean, I would want the chance to talk to somebody. So I get it. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. Listen, if I have two daughters, if they were to get pregnant, I would beg them not to have abortion. I would raise the child, but I understand if they made that decision, it's their decision to make.
Right. I get it. Yeah.
We appreciate your input. Thanks for the call to New Jersey 101.5.
I mean, I think it's reasonable. Do you think it's unreasonable?
Which part of it?
Well, his saying that it would be nice if the father could at least know so that he could not necessarily have a legal say in it, but at least be able to talk to her about it.
Sure, you can talk about it, but ultimately it's up to the woman if she's going to
I agree with
someone.
That. I agree with you. That's why I said legally it's still going to come down to what she wants, but I just feel like morally it's his baby as well. And again, you know, it was consensually conceived. It would just, you would think it would be the right thing to do to at least tell him so that they could at least talk, and then you can make your decision. That's all I'm saying.
I still think it's her decision.
Well, and I'm not saying it's not. That's why I said make her decision.
Ray on 571, you're on New Jersey 101.5.
Yeah, so I just heard the last person. So I have a different perspective only because I know someone that has multiple children with multiple women.
Okay, Ray, just so you know, we have half a minute, so make it real quick.
Yeah, super fast. What's your bottom line?
Her decision is difficult, but does she want to have to deal with that man the rest of her life? His ethics and values are shit.
Oh,
okay, well, we should have just hung up to begin with. You can't curse on the air, bro.
Right, sorry about that. We had half a minute and we botched it. We blanked the bed. You know what, Jeff?
We tried to give him the say.
I'm feeling like this is kind of a good time for us to skedaddle.
That's right, yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow from 2 to 7. Now Steve Trevelise can take over these reins on New Jersey 101.5.
Your phone, your radio. It's that simple. Download the New Jersey 101.5 app for an on-the-go listening experience. Thanks to our Listen Live sponsor, Guaranteed Service, New Jersey's premier plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical service provider.
New Jersey.
Inflation fears started in 2021. The warning signs were everywhere. But Senator Bob Casey ignored the warnings and sided with the liberals in Washington, voting for trillions in reckless, wasteful spending. And all that reckless spending made inflation worse, driving up prices on almost everything you buy. Now, Pennsylvania families are paying the price for Senator Casey's reckless spending. Our state's been hit the hardest by higher prices. With Senator Casey's reckless spending, grocery prices are up 25%. Rent, it's up 21%, and electricity's up 29%. Senator Casey helped create this mess, and now Pennsylvania families are struggling to make ends meet. Call Senator Casey at 202-224-6324. Tell him to support S575, the Fight Inflation Through Balanced Budgets Act, and fight against inflationary government spending. Paid for by One Nation, onenationamerica.org.
Where two rivers converge, a third emerges. And a community, hard as steel, built over generations. Vibrant, dedicated, innovative. We have a chance for a brighter future. Nippon Steel's partnership with U.S. Steel means no layoffs, no closures, and $1.4 billion in new investments for the future. The future of American steel.
Matthew.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I just need you to listen to me.
I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. I hear you. And what you say really does matter to me.
I mean, let's be honest. No kid likes rules, but I get why we have them. I hear you, and I know it's because you care.
For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
What is dedication?
My daughter is biological and my son is adopted. I love them both so much. From the morning when you wake up to putting them to bed at night and every moment in between. I think a parent's job is to protect our children but also prepare them for the world so they become good, kind human beings.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Snakes, zombies, sharks, heights, speaking in public. The list of fears is endless. But while you're clutching your blanket in the dark, wondering if that sound in the hall was actually a footstep, the real danger is in your hand, when you're behind the wheel. And while you might think a great white shark is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
I love this song! I love nachos.
Loving everything? You might be buzzed.
You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzz warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Ready for our little forest adventure? We're here.
Whoa, that was fast.
There's a forest closer than you think. Find a park or forest near you and music inspired by nature. DiscoverTheForest.org. Brought to you by USDA Forest Service and the Ad Council.
From ABC News Tech Trends, Amazon Prime Day rolls on with the tech giant slashing prices on things across the website.
It runs the gamut from countertop appliances to a lot of tech goes on sale.
Wirecutter deputy editor Anne-Marie Kant says though some things are on sale for the entirety of Prime Day, others are hard to pin down.
Amazon items go on sale, and they can go on sale as a lightning deal, so for a few hours, or they can go on sale for the whole event.
And while Amazon may get all the attention, others have recently started edging in on the company's midsummer market share.
So Target and Walmart already had their sales. They did them last week, but they can't resist. So they will often price match or do a counter sale during the Prime Day event to make sure that they are also getting a piece of the pie.
With Tech Trends, I'm Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
WKXW Trenton, WKXW HD, a Town Square media station. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement News Desk, New Jersey's most listened to station, New Jersey 101.5 News, starts now.
It's 7 o'clock. I'm Danny DiCrescenzo. Topping our report this hour, a breaking story. NBC News is reporting that Senator Bob Menendez is telling allies he will resign from Congress. His apparent decision comes after he was convicted on federal bribery charges yesterday. A slew of Democratic senators have called for him to step aside before or following the verdict. Among them, his Garden State colleague Cory Booker and the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Menendez always stood defiant against any suggestion he leave the Senate and even planned to run as an independent this fall to retain his seat, though this report suggests he is at last relented. When he does depart, Governor Phil Murphy will appoint a replacement senator to finish out Menendez's term, which ends in 2025. Democratic Representative Andy Kim and Republican Curtis Bashaw are running for his seat in the November election. Also about an hour ago, President Joe Biden canceled a Las Vegas speaking engagement after testing positive for COVID-19, but he says he feels good and is only experiencing moderate symptoms. The president's health, mostly linked to his age, has been a point of concern among Democrats in recent weeks following his poor performance at CNN's presidential debate. The IRS is warning New Jersey taxpayers about a series of scams and false social media advice. They've seen thousands of dubious claims come in the past year, where it appears taxpayers are claiming credits for which they are not eligible, says IRS spokeswoman John Fold. One of those scams is the overstated withholding scam, a recent scam circulating online, encouraging people to use tax software to manually fill out a W-2 form and wage and tax statement.
Now, I can tell you for a fact the IRS verifies the withholding claims on tax returns. So taxpayers should always file a complete and accurate tax return with legitimate information because we are checked.
The other two social media scams center around the fuel tax credit and the sick and family leave credit. And New Jersey is very thirsty for some consistent rain. Much of the state is either considered abnormally dry or in the stage of moderate drought.
Some areas have gotten soaked, but they're fewer and further between than the overall pattern where we could use a couple of extra inches of rain than we would normally expect here in mid and late July.
State climatologist Dave Robinson at Rutgers says the Mercer County area is of greatest concern, along with some spots in the northern segment of the Garden State. Download our free app and take us with you wherever you go. Listen live 24/7 and get instant Garden State news, weather, and traffic from New Jersey 101.5. And are we due for some more storms? The complete New Jersey 101.5 forecast is coming up. New Jersey fast traffic in 1 minute.
Connecting you with the news you need to know. Get these stories and more at NewJersey101.5.com.
The summer's about to... Inflation fears started in 2021. The warning signs were everywhere. But Senator Bob Casey ignored the warnings and sided with the liberals in Washington, voting for trillions in reckless, wasteful spending. And all that reckless spending made inflation worse, driving up prices on almost everything you buy. Now, Pennsylvania families are paying the price for Senator Casey's reckless spending. Our state's been hit the hardest by higher prices. With Senator Casey's reckless spending, grocery prices are up 25%. Rent, it's up 21%. And electricity's up 29%. Senator Casey helped create this mess. And now, Pennsylvania families are struggling to make ends meet. Call Senator Casey at 202-224-6324. Tell him to support S575, the Fight Inflation Through Balanced Budgets Act, and fight against inflationary government spending. Paid for by One Nation. OneNationAmerica.org.
It's 7:04. Here's fast traffic.
Well, Route 1 has been a major problem spot all afternoon in Middlesex County. Right through Edison, it's been closed down both ways. But I'm very happy to report that all lanes have been reopened on the southbound side, and northbound, the left lane is now getting by. It looks like they're making significant progress on eventually clearing this accident. Now, the southbound delays are rapidly thinning out. Northbound, though, is still bumper to bumper right on back towards the Morris Goodkind Bridge, even a little farther back now towards Route 18. Also on 27, that's a slow ride coming down into Route 18. That's an accident in New Brunswick. Up and down the Turnpike, up and down the Parkway, really not bad. Some delays on 280 both ways as you travel through Newark. Traffic every 15 minutes. Your next report at 7:18. I'm Mike Barker on New Jersey 101.5.
Take control of your information flow. Download the New Jersey 101.5 app. Sign up for app alerts and get instant notifications on breaking news, weather emergencies, and traffic delays to stay connected to what matters to you most. Summer isn't...
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba, please be done. Over and over and over and over and over. Then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi Mom, it's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, can potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
The opinions expressed by the hosts, callers, and guests are not those of New Jersey 101.5, Town Square Media, or station advertisers.
New Jersey 101.5 instant weather. Some showers and heavier thunderstorms around tonight, especially early. There's still the risk of flooding, downpours, and an isolated tornado, obviously damaging winds as well. Blows from the upper 60s in the northwest to the mid-70s in the south. Could still be a shower or thunderstorm around tomorrow, especially along the coast as we head through the afternoon hours. And the humidity will remain high along the coast in the south, but lowering elsewhere. I'm meteorologist Kerry Schwendenhammer.
All right, it is 83 degrees in Patterson, 90 degrees in Hamilton, 85 degrees Cape May Courthouse. Fast traffic, instant weather every 15 minutes on New Jersey 101.5, and it's brought to you by Guaranteed Service. Clogged toilet, sink, shower, or drains your home. Call Guaranteed Service to Premier Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC Company. They will clear your drains and restore proper flow for only $77. 1-800-GUARANTEED or online at guaranteedservice.com. And by Gutter Helmet. Summer storms have arrived. Protect your home with water damage with Gutter Helmet. Call 888-5HELMET or visit gutterhelmet.com for a free gutter assessment and estimate.
Not New York. Not New York. Not Philadelphia. Not Philadelphia. We're proud to be Jersey's own. New Jersey 101.5. Join the conversation. New Jersey.
From the streets of Union City to your nighttime radio, Steve Trevelise keeps you in the Jersey know. From 7 till 11, live, local, and live. Steve Trevelise on New Jersey 101.5. Weekday night, Steve's live, local, and live.
And welcome to Wednesday night in New Jersey. 1-800-283-101.5 is the number, and we'll be talking Jersey all night long. Because it's what we do. We got trivia coming up at 10, music, movies, television, New Jersey 101.5. Got Monmouth County Fair passes to give out. A good time shall be had by all. Jay Black will be here later on. Gemini. I think Justin Gonzalez is coming down. Jeffrey Paul will be here. A good time shall be had by all. So I'm listening to Jeff and Kylie as I'm coming in, or Daminsky and more. And two stories break about 20 minutes ago. And the great thing about radio and the great thing about New Jersey 101.5 is that when stuff happens, we can immediately talk about it. And that's what we're going to do. Because we are the town square of New Jersey. You know, in the old days, the town square, everybody came, they worked all day, they went home, and they ate, came to the town square, and that's where they caught up on everything. If you're a Shakespeare fan, that's why the plays were so repetitious, because Shakespeare knew that in the town square, all they did was, catch up on stuff. So if you were going to watch his play, you had to be able to watch it while having a conversation. See what you learn on the show. You see what you learn on this show. How many shows quote Shakespeare? $7:11 at night. Hi, I'm Steve Trevelise. Bob Menendez, as according to the Bergen record, may actually now step down. This is what's being said. Senator Menendez tells allies he will resign after the conviction, according to this report. And pressure from growing on Menendez to step down following his conviction on Tuesday on all 16 criminal counts he faced, including bribery at his federal trial. Senior Democrats, including Chuck Schumer and Cory Booker, quickly called on Menendez, who has served in the Senate since 2006, to resign from the chamber. Cory Booker was the guy who was with him side by side in 2017, right, backing him through that trial, which Menendez was acquitted on. And now Cory Booker is basically turned on the senator. You know, Cory knows where the spotlight is. Cory knows what to do. And I want to get your thoughts at 1-800-283-101.5 on how you feel about the idea of Menendez resigning. And, you know, also the idea of Joe Biden, our president, who has COVID-19 for the third time. 2/3 of his party want him out. And yet he's staying in. It was funny watching him do the interview with Lester Holt and accusing Lester Holt of turning on him and, not reporting the news. I mean, I could see that if he's talking to Fox. But NBC has been pretty much on his side through all of it. But as far as President Biden goes, do you think it's time to just hang it up? If you're a Democrat, 2/3 of your party wants Joe Biden to step away. He wants him to, they want him to step down, not seek re-election. Let them put somebody else in there. But he's got COVID now. Who's running the country? Is Kamala running the country then? If the president has COVID and can't deal? If he's got any more brain fog, is that possible? Are we at the point where it's time? Is he in this for his own self, or is he in this for the good of the country? And for the good of the country, is this the man that you saw at the debate, the man that you've seen wobbling ever since? Do you feel comfortable with Joe Biden running the country right now? 1-800-283-101.5. His own party doesn't feel comfortable. You know, we talked about the assassination attempt. And it came out yesterday that there was an Iranian plot to assassinate former President Trump. So they heightened Secret Service. With heightened Secret Service, a 20-year-old kid was able to get on a building less than 200 yards away with a rifle. God only knows what it would have been like if they didn't heighten the Secret Service. But two questions. One, as far as Menendez resigning, it's the right thing to do, of course. I don't need to tell you that. But then again, for Menendez, the right thing to do for him would be to use that as currency. I'll step aside if you cut me a deal. Something like that. And I could see him doing it. But the other question, how do you feel about President Biden with COVID? Do you feel comfortable right now with Joe Biden as your president? Do you feel vulnerable? There was an Iranian attempt, apparently, it's out there, that they wanted to assassinate former President Trump. Well, what happens between now and November? It's a shaky time with Biden in charge, with Biden fighting COVID in charge. And if Biden's not in charge, then is Kamala now running the country? If Biden were to step down now and put somebody else in, not that he would, but if Biden were to step down now, we get to see what Kamala Harris would look like running the country. And if they believe that she's the choice and she could beat Trump, as there are polls saying that she could, let's see it happen. Put your money where your mouth is. Giggle her way right into the White House. But regardless of that, how do you feel right now with Joe Biden as president? Based on what you've seen. In November, there'll be an election. Will it be Joe Biden? Will it be somebody else running against Donald Trump, who's got the Republican nomination? Chris Christie doesn't like his vice president. Oh, what a shock. Chris Christie wasn't going to like any vice president that Trump chose unless it was Chris Christie. But then when you're looking at the case of Joe Biden, 2/3 of his own party want him out. but he's staying in. And now he's got COVID-19 for the third time. So 1-800-283-101.5. I got two questions for you. You call me on either one. One, should Menendez resign the Senate seat? He doesn't have to. He's going to appeal. He thinks he's going to be cleared. And two, should Joe Biden resign the presidency? Step out for health reasons. He's got the perfect out. 1-800-283-101.5. Time to get outside for those summer activities you and your family love. Is discomfort still holding you back? Don't be held captive by pain. Get your body to Trinity Rehab. You've never tried any place like Trinity. You don't need a prescription, and you get same-day